Philip Joel Hughes, November 30, 1988, November 27, 2014, was an Australian Test and One-Day International (ODI) cricketer who played domestic cricket for South Australia and Worcestershire. He was a left-handed opening batsman who played for 2 seasons with New South Wales before making his Test debut in 2009 at the age of 20. He made his one-day international debut in 2013. Hughes scored his first Test century in March 2009, aged 20, in his second Test match for Australia, opening the batting and hitting 115 in the first innings against South Africa in Durban. This made Hughes Australia's youngest Test centurion since Doug Walters in 1965. In the second innings of the same match, Hughes scored 160, becoming the youngest cricketer in history to score centuries in both innings of a Test match. Australia won the match by 175 runs. On January 11, 2013, he became the first Australian batsman in the history of ODI cricket to score a century on debut, a feat which he achieved against Sri Lanka in Melbourne. On November 25, 2014, Hughes was hit in the neck by a bouncer during a Sheffield Shield match at the Sydney Cricket Ground, causing a vertebral artery dissection that led to a subarachnoid hemorrhage. The Australian team doctor, Peter Bruckner, noted that only 100 such cases had ever been reported, with only one case reported as a result of a cricket ball. Hughes was taken to St Vincent's Hospital in Sydney, where he underwent surgery, was placed into an induced coma and was in intensive care in a critical condition. He died on 27 November, having never regained consciousness, 3 days before his 26th birthday. Hughes was born in Maxville, New South Wales, to father Greg, a banana farmer, and Italian mother, Virginia. Hughes was also a talented rugby league footballer who once played alongside former Australia international Greg Inglis. He played his junior cricket for Maxville RSL Cricket Club, where he excelled so quickly that he was playing A grade at the age of 12, and in representative cricket he scored a century. 10. At the age of 17, Hughes moved from Maxville to Sydney to play for Western Suburbs District Cricket Club in Sydney grade cricket while he attended Homebush Boys High. He scored 141 on his grade debut and enjoyed a solid 2006-07 season, scoring 752 runs at an average of 35.81 with a highest score of 142. He represented Australia at the 2008 ICC Under-19 Cricket World Cup. He was coached at Triforce Sports Cricket Centre in Mortlake. After scoring runs prolifically for New South Wales youth teams in Western Suburbs in grade cricket, Hughes was handed a rookie contract by New South Wales for the 2007-08 season. After scores of 51 and 137 for the New South Wales second 11 against Victoria's second 11, he was rewarded with a call-up by Blues selectors to make his first-class debut. He played his first senior game against Tasmania on November 20, 2007 at the Sydney Cricket Ground. At 18 years and 355 days, Hughes was the youngest New South Wales debutant since Michael Clarke in 1999. In a comfortable victory for New South Wales, Hughes opened the batting and got his career off to a solid start, scoring a fluent 51 and taking 2 catches. Hughes had an outstanding debut season for New South Wales, playing 7 matches and scoring 559 runs at an average of 62.11 with 1 century and 6 50s. The highlight of Hughes' excellent season came in New South Wales' Pura Cup final victory over Victoria. He scored 116 off 175 balls in the Blues' second innings to help put his team in a commanding position. At 19 years of age, this innings made him the youngest ever player to score a century in a Sheffield Shield final. Hughes was rewarded for his achievements by winning the New South Wales Rising Star Award and earning an upgrade to a full state contract for the 2008-09 season. Hughes was signed by Middlesex on a short-term contract, as cover for Murali Kartik, for the beginning of the 2009 English cricket season. He was available for the first 6 weeks of the season and played in 3 county championship matches, all 8 of Middlesex's Friends Provident Trophy Group matches and the first few matches in the Panthers' defence of the 2020 Cup. In most other years, a contract for the opening 6 weeks of the season would involve playing 4 to 6 championship matches, some but not all FBT matches and no 2020, but the scheduling for 2009 had to accommodate ICC World 2020 and the eventually cancelled Stanford Super Series. Despite Hughes holding an Italian passport by virtue of his Italian mother, Middlesex resisted signing him up as a Kolpak player and instead signed him as a foreign player. He enjoyed strong success in England, scoring 574 runs in his 3 first-class matches, including 300s, at an average of 143.50 of his time at Middlesex.